Hello, I'm Wesley Miller for Bearcat Update, and welcome to this week's edition of the Bearcat Beat. At home, you saw this. But as the managing editor for the Northwest Missourian, I was able to follow and cover the Central Region Tournament for Bearcat men's basketball in Mankato, Minnesota. I ate some great food, met some great people, and had an absolutely amazing experience. My journey started with a departure at 9 a.m. on Friday, the day before the start of the tournament. On the trip, we stopped at Hickory Park, and let me just tell you, that barbecue and ice cream are more than worth the stop. After arriving at our hotel in Mankato, we sort of just had to wait until Northwest's first game on Saturday, which ended as a 30-point blowout win over Southwest Minnesota State. I was quickly introduced to the remarkable facilities of Minnesota State, and I made sure to get a bird's eye view. Then day 2 came, and the fun continued. As I covered the Bearcats' hard-fought 71-62 win over Minnesota Duluth on Sunday, I networked with incredible people, learning what teams they were a part of, what their perspectives were, and how they operated. And I just want to give a shout out to everyone I met in Mankato. You all are some of the nicest people I've ever met. On day 3, there were no games to cover. Mondays are already bad enough, but that might have been the slowest one in my entire 22 years of life. However, I was able to interview some members of the team and do some writing in the time that I had. Then it was championship day on Tuesday, and you could feel it as soon as you walked into the arena's doors. This place soon became packed with over 4,500 fans. For reference, Northwest averages less than 1,500 per home game. And I was able to speak with one of those fans, a Bearcat and Blazer, to give you a first-hand perspective of what that atmosphere was like.
Us being there Saturday and Sunday, the arena is quite nice. It's very quite nice, and things were good. Watching Bearcat Nation show up, watching the fans, watching the players, parents, watching just people who generally love Northwest show up. It was something special.
Of course, as many Northwest fans likely know by now, the Bearcat season came to an end on a buzzer beater. But that doesn't matter to this Bearcat and Blazer.
Of course I would do it again, and I highly advise any student or any faculty member, people gotta understand is that in the game of basketball, players feed off of energy. That's primarily where they feed off of.
The next morning, we left at 8 a.m. On our way to Maryville, we stopped at Jethro's Barbecue in Des Moines, Iowa, and that is definitely a place everyone should try. That was a small look into my coverage of Bearcat men's basketball this past weekend, and I love Mankato, but it is sure great to be back in Maryville. That's all for this week's edition of the Bearcat Beat. For Bearcat Update, I'm Wesley Miller.